Alright, so before I start this video, be sure to follow me on Instagram. It'll be the top link in the description, and it's on the screen right now. Get me to 10K followers. Also, tag me in all of your photos. I'm going to be checking them out throughout the series and maybe follow a few of you. So be sure to tag me in all of your photos. Yo, what's up guys? It's Riley. I'm back with part 2 of the Instagram series. Today I'm going to be showing you how I edit my photos. Alright, so in part 1 I showed you how I take my photos. I used this background, took a bunch of photos in here. But in part 2 I'm going to show you the most important part, which is editing. Alright, so what I use a lot while editing is VSCO and Snapseed. Those are my two favorite apps to edit on your iPhone. I know a lot of you guys will edit on your phones. Not a lot of you have cameras or Lightroom. Lightroom actually is a little bit pricey. You edit on your computer. I like it a lot. I use it a lot because I am a photographer, so I use it for portraits and other things. Alright, so in Lightroom I'm going to be doing a lot of the same stuff you can use in VSCO, just playing with contrast, exposure, and the clarity. But you can also do most of what you do in Lightroom on VSCO, excluding a couple things. But I'm just going to be showing you what I do with the contrast and exposure. Alright, so as I go throughout Lightroom, you can pull up a picture that you like and bring it into VSCO. So you're going to want to download VSCO and Snapseed. Those are my two favorite apps to edit on. With those, you can just play with the contrast and everything, pretty much the exact same things I'm doing. And you can work alongside of me as I'm editing a photo. Alright, so pull out your phones, get your photo that you want to edit, and we're just going to get right into the editing and you can see how I edit them. Alright, so here's the unedited photo. This is just shot in RAW. This is on a hill that I shoot at a lot. So I dropped it into Lightroom, and the first thing I usually do is just adjust the temperature a little just to change the mood. It really depends on how I want to edit it. And then these are selective bars that you can add in Lightroom. So as you can see, it's only affecting the sky, not the foreground. Alright, so I'm just bringing the exposure up a little, trying to lighten up the foreground so you could see the subject that's in the front, because that's my main focal point. And then I'm bringing up the clarity so you could see the lens flare a little bit more, and the clouds just to be a little bit more defined. Alright, so once my foreground's a little bit better in focus and a little bit more lit, I am adjusting the shadows and the darks and lights in it. So what this is going to do is make the clouds look a little bit more defined. It's going to bring out the color more, and once I drop this bar over, it's going to make the clouds look really colorful and a lot more sharp. So I'm adding this color bar over so I can adjust the color of the clouds. I really like strong colored clouds in my photos. I know right now my feed's a little bit minimal, but this is the style of photos that I like a lot. So I'm just adjusting the two color tones to a purplish pink and orangey purples. So once you have the bars over, this is going to be a little bit harder to do if you're not editing in Lightroom, but you can adjust the exposure depending on how dark you want the clouds to be. As you can see, it's not really affecting my foreground, so you don't have to worry too much about that. So the best thing about these bars is that you don't have to worry about changing the rest of your photo. I could focus only on changing a certain part of the photo, so the clouds, or I can flip it and adjust only the foreground. So this is really helpful. This is why I use it a lot for photos. And you could select only that part and change the sharpness, clarity, and you could overlay them as I'm doing here just to adjust a little bit more of the corner, because I want the corner to be a little bit darker. So this is pretty much the end of the photo. I was liking how I was looking here. I could have just changed a little bit more. I would have probably added a little bit more shadows in the top, but this is pretty much the end of the photo.
Oh yeah, I told you I was.
Alright, so this is the next photo. This is kind of a photo that fits my feed more. This is a really simple photo and it was shot nicely. The only thing I'd really change is bring up the light in the background a little bit more. It's a little bit dark in the top left corner, which is kind of what I wanted, but I just wanted to adjust the lighting a little bit more towards the back left and around the front right of it, as well as just to get rid of a little bit of the glare on the sticker. So all I'm doing here is just kind of bringing down the saturation a tiny bit, just to make my hand not so orange, and bring down the colors in the back on the red shoes, and as well as adjust the sharpness on this sticker and just the clarity overall over the whole picture. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me edit those photos. Now you have a better sense of how I edit and take all my photos for my Instagram. Be sure to follow my Instagram. It'll be the top link in the Instagram, as well as it'll be on the screen right now. I'm going to try and get to 10K by the end of this series on Instagram, as I said, and 2K on YouTube, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and like button and follow me on Instagram. Alright, so on the next episode we're going to be covering how to take flat lay photos, which is a really popular photo style on Instagram right now. You can use them for food, outfits, pretty much anything you want it to be. And I'm going to be showing you how I take my flat lay photos for my Instagram and the tips and tricks that I use. Alright, thanks for watching guys, that's going to do it for me. Peace.